Alright guys, we're going to go live right now, a couple minutes before 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, starting to stream up. The alert just went out. Take a look at it. It looks pretty good. Let's take a look at the thumbnail. Thumbnail looks good. I like how it came out. I was worried it was too squished, but it looks okay. It looks good. I'm very happy with the way it came out. We're going to be talking today about TargetCon2 2019. That's the theme for tonight's stream. Hope you guys will all come into the stream with me, starting in a couple minutes early before 9 o'clock to get this on the road. Make sure there's no issues, make sure it's streaming properly. I think everything looks to be okay, at least from right now. I'm not dropping any packets. Everything looks all right. The alerts went out, as I just said a second ago. Yeah, I see it right there. It came out in 5 minutes till 9. Looks really, really good. Happy about that. Very, very cool. Drink tonight, for tonight's choice, we're doing something a little different. It's a different drink. Just debuted. I have an itch in my nose. Sorry about that. New drink that just debuted from Coke. It is called Orange Vanilla. You might have seen commercials for this. I want to try it out. I had a couple of these before. It tastes like orange cream soda. If you're familiar with orange cream soda, it has a vanilla orangey taste to it. It's actually not bad. I'm kind of getting used to it. So, different sort of drink tonight. Let's take a look at the stream. Make sure we're okay here. We're going to test the stream again. Test stream part 2. Make sure we're good. And we are... Come on. Come on. We're good. There we go. Perfect. Let me move this out a little bit here. Hey, Jackie, thanks for coming into the chat tonight. I'm still getting over my very, very nasty cold. It's still there, unfortunately. I'm still fighting it. I was coughing so badly, I hurt myself. Hey, Tony Marley, thanks for coming in chat today. You started a new job. Cool. It's called Brick House Tavern. No, never heard of Brick House Tavern. Probably I would say probably one of the more... known, probably two of the known bars, I guess you would call them in my area, would be Ale House and the Brews Room, were the two kind of well-established, named kind of bars per se in my area. That's the most well-recognized ones. Drink for tonight, we're doing some orange vanilla Coca-Cola. Different sort of drink, brand new product. I decided to try it out. Very cool, different sort of taste. It's an orange cream soda, so tastes very, very good. We're going to be talking about TargetCon2 tonight. That's the theme, as you might have saw in the thumbnail. I already shot a video prior to the stream about an hour ago of doing a complete unboxing for one of the items I'll be talking about tonight. If you would have seen the unboxing I did yesterday, showcasing off all the product for TargetCon2 2019 that my girlfriend picked up for me, it was some really cool products. I want to talk about that at 9 o'clock our time here. Hopefully we'll have some more people coming into the chat tonight. I don't know if Collecting Hobbies will be in. He's been having some issues with some vertigo, so I don't know if he's going to be in the chat tonight. I hope he is, but we'll see what happens. So we'll see how that plays out. Tonight's chat's going to be all about TargetCon. If you want to stay and listen to it, you're more than welcome to. If you want to pass on it, come back to the video on demand, you're more than welcome to as well. So we'll talk about that now in a second. Again, I'm getting over a cold. I was coughing so much, I actually bruised a rib. So it tells you how badly this cold was. It hit me pretty hard, actually. But yeah, so tonight we're doing TargetCon2 2019. Let's start into it right now. If you're not familiar, TargetCon, the idea TargetCon, happened last year. It rolled out during New York Comic Con 2018. It was the first week of October. And all the items they released, I talked about it on the stream at that time. When the stuff, I kind of glanced over it a little bit, but they had a bunch of products that had TargetCon listed in the release notes for the New York Comic Con 2018 releases, and it seemed like a kind of a happenstance that people kind of glazed over it. There was a bunch of products that was exclusive to only Target. You can't get it anywhere else, and I think they also had them at the convention, New York Comic Con, as well. But they had it at New York Comic Con, I believe, I could be wrong, and Target. These are all Target-based products. Excuse me. And it was all Funko stuff. So everything that I'm going to be talking about is going to be Funko based. And it was a very cool idea for TargetCon, kind of piggybacking. I mentioned it a lot on the video yesterday, the unboxing I talk about today, and the stream here now, is that they piggybacked the TargetCon and incorporated it with New York Comic Con. The one they launched the beginning of March, it took place on March 1st. this month, a couple days ago, as far as recording of the stream. They did it by itself. It had no linking to another convention. It had its own stuff. It's kind of odd doing it this way because we had a ton of releases in the last 2 months between London Toy Fair. We had normal Toy Fair, and now we have Emerald City Comic Con coming up. We have, I think the numbers was something close to between 300 and 500 releases. If you count all the product across Funko, Dorbs, Rock Candy, the other merchandise, as long as it's Funko branded, you had a ton of product that's been released in the last 2 months. And to have a Target-specific bunch of stuff is kind of cool. But I don't know if it was the best time to do that. We'll talk about that near the end of this video. We'll get to a little bit of Q&A at the end of this particular stream. So let's actually talk about what my girl picked up for me. Unfortunately, I had to work that day. I let her know, hey, this TargetCon stuff's happening. Her and I went out last year to TargetCon. You might have saw that video where I wasn't able to pick anything up because the stuff was being released on a Friday. I went there and they was on the shelf on a Wednesday. So I couldn't buy anything because they put an embargo in place. If you're coming in to stream, drink of choice tonight, guys, is orange, vanilla, Coca-Cola. Different sort of drink. And we have a couple people in chat tonight, and that's fine. I like to keep it very, very short, very small, tight-knit group. That's cool with me as well. So she picked up some items. If you didn't see the video I did for that yesterday, you can always check a look at it after the stream. So let's talk about the item that I did an unboxing for. I'll talk about that at the end when more people come into the stream. I did an unboxing about an hour ago for this guy right here, the DC Comics Bombshell. This is what they call a collector's box. Now, don't get this confused with a mystery box. It's not a mystery box, it's a collector's box. Meaning, everything that was in this box did not change from box to box. You didn't have to buy multiple boxes to get different items or chases or variants. What you saw is what you got in this box. Price point was $24.99. Now, there is a bit of misleading information with this packaging, because if you look at the Harley Quinn kind of imagery here, she's known to be kind of the spokesman or spokesperson for the Bombshell line. She's one of the prominent characters for the Bombshell, for the comic book. There is a comic book based on DC Comics Bombshell, if you're not aware. And the name, this name right here, if you look at the name, the branding, that is the actual name of the comic as well. But there's no real Harley Quinn item in this box. There's a trading card image, and I'll talk about that when I crack it open. I'll crack it open shortly into the stream, but I don't want to crack it open right now. I did a full unboxing of this. I recorded it ahead of time. That should be up sometime this week, so keep your eyes open for that. I recorded with the backdrop you see here. I didn't go into my studio. I shot it with my camera here. Kind of figured I have my setup going. I figured I'd shoot it. Just it'd make the most sense. So we'll talk about that shortly. So the item she picked up for me, well, there was a bunch of different product. I talked about it on the video on Sunday. I put an image up of all the items that are available. Hey, Leo, thanks for coming in the chat tonight. We're talking about TargetCon. That's the items we're just debating about in the chat tonight. The drink, we're doing some orange vanilla, Coca-Cola. A little bit different drink. So the items that she picked up for me, I really wanted 2 items. I wanted this box here, and I wanted this first guy right here. Those are the only 2 real items I wanted, was the box and the Michael Jordan rookie outfit. I believe this is Michael Jordan. The Lion King one, I saw a couple at Target. That didn't seem to be short quantitied, and I'll talk about that shortly as I go through this. And this is his rookie outfit, from what I've been told. Again, I'm not a basketball guy. He looks really, really good. It does have MJ and the NBA logo down here, so it's branded with NBA. You'd think it would have the little hologram sticker, because they usually do the hologram stickers when it comes to sporting sort of things like NFL, NBA. You have the name right here, but you thought it would be like the NBA logo with that little starburst like the NFL does. And this was his own packaging, his own back. Does look good. Number 56. We'll take a look at him, as I always showcase stuff off when I pick it up. Talk about it. I will talk about what you guys picked up at TargetCon. As I mentioned before, this was the second TargetCon. The first one was done during New York Comic Con. This is TargetCon2. And we'll talk about near the end of the stream. Do you think this is a good idea going forward? Should I do more of these TargetCons every year? So, yeah. Hey, Bizarro Supergirl, how's it going? Thanks for coming in the chat. So, here's how MJ looks. Nice representation of him in Funko form. He's a very slim figure. meaning it's not the standard male buck you would see in, let's say, a superhero. It's a very slim figure. There is no figure stand. There's no holes in the feet. He is holding a basketball. I didn't mention this in the video, but the basketball is textured. It has some rough edges on it, like it feels sort of like a basketball. That's what it feels like to me. It looks good. There is articulation. Head will spin with no hindrance. Not a bobblehead. Very good. Very happy about that. But he's very small in size. I thought he'd be a little taller and a little more bulkier, just because how Funko makes products. But I think it's a good rendition or likeness to Michael Jordan. I called him Michael Jackson in the video. I had to correct myself from yesterday's video. But yeah, you're not buying a pop until you pass your 4th semester. Okay, good luck, dude. But yeah, and it does have the Chicago Bulls logo at the top there. So very cool pop. Next, we had, of course, Captain Marvel. Captain Marvel, big movie coming out. One of the big Marvel movies. There's a lot of controversy going into this movie. From what I've heard online, I'm not sure what the whole big controversy is. I heard there's a lot of stuff that are kind of brewing about this movie. But she looks good. She's a, excuse me, a glow-in-the-dark version. Target exclusive right there. Nice side shot. Captain Marvel right here, number 433. Apologize again for the coughing. Again, getting over my cold. But she's really cool looking. I talked about this pop on the video yesterday, and she's different. And what I mean by that, they did something they did with the Commander Cody pop. I talked about when I did the Commander Cody, I did the Funko Pop Battle. I talked about it and Funko Pop Battle, we'll talk about that next week. But they did something very cool with her. She is glow-in-the-dark, and she is on a flight stand. Yes, I am, Bizarre Supergirl. Absolutely, I'm going to be seeing it. She's on a flight stand, sort of in this really cool flying pose. Now, if you notice here, I'll get kind of a little close up so you can see the back. She's pegged in the back, and she's kind of fixed at the heel to stay in this flight pose. She will not come off the stand. She stands really, really well. I'll kind of lean it here so you can see it. It's a bit back heavy on my hand. But one thing that I talked about in the video is the head. We'll talk about him in a second, Leo. Is this head. And what they did something is very cool with this head. This head is on a full rotating 360 spring. And it is a bobblehead. You see it moving up and down. But this head can spin all the way around. Very few pops that are come out from Marvel or Star Wars, because of the bobblehead, because of licensing, will have this level of articulation without messing up the spring. Now, I'm going to make an assumption. I'm making an assumption that all of the Captain Marvel pops will do this. Now, glow-in-the-dark feature. Reminds me of Commander Cody. Exactly, Leo. That's what I talked about. Now, the glow-in-the-dark feature is pretty cool for her. The mohawk will glow. Her eyes will glow in this sort of orangey glow. And the same with the fists. Now, the fists have a textured material. I talked about it on the video yesterday. And these will glow, the eyes will glow, and the mohawk will glow. Now, I tried capturing it on video for the glow-in-the-dark feature, and it didn't really show up well enough. I decided to scrap that portion in the post-editing. I said it didn't look good. I decided to hold off on it, but she does look good. This is her, I assume, all powered up. I assume this happened sometime later in the movie. I'm not 100% sure yet. But again, the head does move. No hindrance of the articulation. I like that. I wish that Funko and Marvel would make more pops like that, where the head will have free range of motion. If you didn't know, I talked about it a little bit. There is a Starburst kind of insert in the back of the packaging. Well, that's kind of cool, Leah. Put her back in the packaging. But yeah, I think this is a very cool idea. I wish they do more of these floating sort of head spring sort of things. They don't do enough of that. Because I like sometimes posing the head, moving the head around a little bit, but with the Marvel pops and Star Wars pops, you can't do that. So this is a really cool pop. She does glow in the dark. Leah was talking about the very, very cute, super adorable Nippet. I was calling Niblet. AJ, thanks for coming into the chat tonight. I was calling him Niblet. It's actually Nippet. That's how it's pronounced. But this is such a cute pop. My girl actually saw this pop on the shelf, and she would have bought it for herself. She knows really not a whole lot about Star Wars. Very true, Leo. she doesn't know a whole lot about Star Wars. She's watched a few of the movies, and her knowledge of Star Wars is very, very low when it comes to the entire franchise. But she saw this character, and she literally fell in love. This is such a cute character, and it's flocked, and we don't see a whole lot of flocked pops. Now, just from the lines of the thought of a personal collector, I highly recommend anyone who has flocked pops, please keep them in the packaging. Mainly because the material is a magnet when it comes to dirt and dander. If you have pets, it will attract hair, and it will be just an impossibility to clean these things. I highly recommend. Yeah, Bizarre Supergirl, does your head move around like the one I was showing there? Let me know in the chat, please. The head on this one will not move. It is just a straight bobblehead. It will not have that spinning head that we saw with the Captain Marvel. Super cute. Puffy, puffy cheeks. He's so cute. We'll talk about him in a second, Leo, too. He's so cute, Nippet's so cute. Yeah, Bizarro, I've seen that with the Commander Code. I checked a couple other ones. The heads would spin. I was leading into the assumption that all of them were made that way. Why are some having issues with springs and others? I don't know. Maybe it's different factories that produce them. I'm not 100% sure, so I don't really know. But I would recommend, if you like cute pops, definitely pick this guy up. Super cute Nippet. It's so adorable. Super cute. Oh, love the way he looks. Looks like a little chipmunk. But I really, really recommend Nippet if you can find him. Very, very cute pop. He does not come off the base. He is also fixed to the base. Very similar to all the new Star Wars pops. All Star Wars pops in this day and age are all attached to the base. As I mentioned before, I think this is an issue with licensing. I think that's how they have to do it now with their licensing agreement. I'm not 100% sure. Just like I had issues with the video yesterday, I'm always having issues with Nippet. Kind of messing around with him in the packaging. I'm assuming it's the licensing agreement they probably have in place. I'm guessing that's why the pops can't be removed. I'm making the assumption. I could be wrong. But I'm thinking that's probably why it does that. So yeah, Nippet looks super cute, super adorable. No problem, Tony. Thank you for coming into the chat as always. I know that your time is very, very short. And again, thanks for coming in. Take a look at the video on demand to see all the other stuff we talk about in the stream tonight. But again, thanks for coming into the chat. So yeah, Nippet, super adorable. Last but not least, let's take a look at the last pop she picked up for me. What's up? How do you work in factories and for kids? That's deep, Leo. And last to talk about is, hey Jenny, thanks for coming into the chat tonight. And last to talk about is the Darth Vader glow-in-the-dark. Now, this was a kind of interesting pop. I believe this is when he got hit with the Force Lightning when he was messing with the Emperor at the end of Return of the Jedi. I can only assume that's the effect they were going with, I guess. That's what it looks like to me in this pop. Again, very cool pop, number 288. OMG, thanks for coming into the chat tonight, my friend. We're talking about TargetCon2 2019. His head, again, is not like Captain Marvel's. It just bobbles. It doesn't have the turn feature like we saw with Commander Cody. He, too, is fixed to the base. He cannot be removed. That, to me, I don't know if you like that as a positive. I don't know if you like that as a negative. I like having the freedom of removing my pops from the base for Star Wars. Because that's, when I was collecting the Star Wars pops several years ago, that's what you could do with all Star Wars pops. You can remove them from the base. Some people liked the base. Some people didn't like the base. Some of the pops, I could say a good majority of them that are Star Wars, I kept them attached to the base. It's pretty cool, as you see right here. The glow-in-the-dark feature, you see the skull right there? I'll kind of turn it this way so you can see. There's a big hunk of blue material. Might be hard to see on camera. But inside, underneath the spring right there, this whole skull glows in the dark. When he's getting hit with his chest open, this lightning bolt. Yep. I did see the solo Star Wars movie, Jaden. Not my favorite movie. not a big fan of it. And this bolt here glows in the dark. I did take a look at that. It doesn't glow very bright. The skull itself glows. But again, this is not, it doesn't glow for a long amount of time. I tried capturing this as well on post to showcase it in the video yesterday, and it didn't show up very well. I tried, but it didn't really come out well. Now, if you notice, I'll turn them over here. It might be hard to notice this right here. This material, that right there, and this on the side here. I did not get the Wicket. I didn't really have a fan for him. Drink of tonight's choice is orange vanilla cream Coca-Cola. New sort of drink. But if you notice here, I have an itch, that there's it looks like a clip. That's all I can really think of, or maybe a glue tab. So I'm assuming they've kind of vacuum formed this head together and put it together and sealed it, I'm guessing, with these points. I'm guessing. That's what it looks like to me. I could be wrong, but that's what it looks like. Didn't get Toothless. I'm not a big fan of the Train Your Dragon movies. I know who he is, but I didn't pick him up. But this is a pretty cool pop. Again, glow in the dark. So we have two pops that glows in the dark. Captain Marvel and the Star Wars Vader. She's probably floating around. She might not be saying anything on chat. Last but not least, the last item she picked up for me, which is what I wanted going into TargetCon2, was this one right here, the DC Bombshells. And we'll do an unboxing in this in a second. Price point was $25 US. I showcased this off at the beginning of the video. Now, I did a full unboxing. That'll be going up on Wednesday, but I want to take it out so you can see it as well. So, first thing is first, we'll take a look at some of the small items. We have this very cool pin. It says Gotham or Bust on a bomb. It has a picture of a bat, like a skull and a batarang. This is I would say it's either steel or aluminum. That's what this is. Decent sized pin, pretty long, pretty cool looking pin. Next we had get it out of the box, a notebook of Wonder Woman. This has a Starburst image on the back. This is sort of what the logo is for the Bombshells. There's nothing on the back and nothing on the front. It is just a notebook. Not too bad. Price point, they don't even give me a price on this. But it looks pretty cool if you like Bombshells. The only reason you're going to be buying this box is if you like Bombshells or like a couple of the items in the box. It would be the only reason you would purchase this box. Next we had a pack of cards. It comes in the packaging here, another picture of Wonder Woman. Now these trading cards it comes with, you get 5 cards. They're extremely flimsy. And I mentioned that in the video. There are images of Bombshell characters, Funko. You had Poison Ivy. The only real, I guess, link you would have to the Harley Quinn cover of that package is this right here of Harley. You have Batwoman. You have Batgirl. And, of course, you have Wonder Woman. Momo? No, I haven't heard of Momo. The back, again, is DC Bombshell logo. But these are super thin material. This, to me, is extremely cheap. Funko did a bad job on this. If you're a fan of trading cards, these will get bent or broken or messed up very, very easily. The card stock is extremely thin. You can see it right there, kind of buckling. So, yeah. So, very, very thin stuff. Hey, thanks for coming into the chat. But yeah, the material on these cards are extremely thin, very, very cheap. They feel more like stickers than they are trading cards. Next are the last 2 items in the box. First thing is first, we'll talk about, it comes with a rock candy. If you're fans of rock candy, we have Black Canary. And I kind of get the logo right there. You have Black Canary's logo. Again, these are all Target exclusive items. What makes her kind of cool is, again, following the idea of bombshells. Those are the old wartime imagery of women riding bombs, riding planes. It was very propaganda-based. It was trying to kind of drum up morale back in World War I and wartime effort. That's what the idea was. The bombshell looks really, really cool. I do like the way she looks. She looks like a singer at, like, say, a restaurant or a bar. That's the idea. She looks really, really cool. She's singing with a microphone. Kind of in the long, I guess you call it the lace here on the bottom. Short little skirt. Flower in her hair. Looks very, very good. No articulation. What you see is what you get, but it's a very cool looking rock candy. If you're into rock candies, you may like this figure. I think Bizarro Supergirl would probably like something like this. Very cool looking female character. Very, very nice looking. I like how it looks. And I think it's a cool item. Again, is it going to be the main reason you buy this box? Maybe, maybe not. Maybe, maybe not. Apologize for this. My camera's been zooming out a lot lately today. So that is the rock candy. Again, looks pretty cool. Different sort of product. But again, I like it because it's Bombshell. I'm not a huge fan of Bombshells, but I like the idea of it. So that's that. Next is the last item. I usually talk to people. If you're looking to hit me up, I'm on Twitter and on Instagram. If you're wanting to chat, you're more than welcome to. The last item we'll talk about is this, but I'm going to bring in another sort of prop in a second. The main item that people wanted from this box is this guy right here. The Batman DC Bombshell. Now, this is kind of odd because the Bombshell line is really designed for women. That's what their whole kind of draw is female characters. To have a male character is something different that you don't really see. And I can see this pop, unfortunately, going up in value because it's a male figure in a female-dominated wave. So I can really see this pop going up in value. Again, for some stupid reason, again, it's a Batman pop. I'm not trying to go and get Batman pops. I just happen to stumble across them, as I always do. I have, Leo. I have indeed. So this, again, is a Target pop. We'll take them out, take a look at them. And I'll bring my guest in a second because, as I mentioned in the unboxing video I shot earlier today, one of the reasons I think Funko jumped on the bandwagon is really because of the prominence of Cryptozoic. Cryptozoic holds the license, really, for the Bombshell stuff in a smaller scale. Not inside, let's say, the blind box minifigure scale, but inside the 2.5-inch vinyl figure scale, which are these guys right here, the little Bombshells. If you notice, you see that Bruce Wayne right here. The reason why I bring this out is because I have that figure right there. So I think what they did do, I think what Funko did, yep, that was Black Canary, Bizarro Supergirl. Black Canary right there. In sort of a cocktail waitress singer from like the old, like the 1930s, 1940s. That's what it looks like to me. That's what I think they're going with. That was the idea for that rock candy. But I believe the comic had Bruce Wayne dressed up in this outfit. That's why he looks like this, in this sort of old school, you know, hat that you see. He has his grapple gun. He has the Batman insignia with a trench coat kind of blowing in the wind. Same effect is this guy here. Grapple gun, different hand. So has the hat as well. The articulation, head will spin 360, no hindrance. But it looks very, very good. I like the way it looks. Again, same idea with the little Bombshell. The trench coat is blowing in the background. So I wanted to bring this guy in. Now, did Funko take inspiration from Cryptozoic? Or to take it from the comic book? I'm not entirely sure because I don't read the comic. I can't tell you who got inspiration from what. I can say that Cryptozoic came out first. That is 100% true. Cryptozoic came to market first when it came to the Bombshell line. All the Bombshell stuff came out for Cryptozoic first, and then the Funko stuff came out after the fact. Yeah, there'd be a new look for, absolutely. I could see her maybe singing and having, let's say, she maybe has her her hammer over her shoulder or something along those lines. I can see something silly like that. But I'm not entirely sure where they took the inspiration from. I'm assuming Cryptozoic took the inspiration from this guy from the comics. I'm guessing that's what they did. Same thing could be held true with the Pop. The Pop did it as well. But they came to market first. These came out first before this did. So, is it copying each other? I don't really know. I don't really think so. I think the comic, it debuted first, and then the Pop came out. So that was everything I picked up for TargetCon2 2019. Talked for close to 30 minutes, and my thoughts on that box was very, very good. I think this was a very good box. Was it worth $25? I think it was worth $25. If you look at the back of the box, It shows you everything that is available in this particular box. Yeah, with a poodle, absolutely. I can see a poodle instead of, let's say, two poodles instead of the hyenas. I can see that. I can see something like that, something silly like that. Absolutely. That box, I think, is worth $25, in my honest opinion. The frog candies, you're looking at about $10, maybe $12. The pop, $10. The pin, maybe $2. The notebook, $2 to $3. The trading cards, myself, it's a throwaway. The value as far as the material and the card stock is extremely cheap. I would rather have got stickers than trading cards because they're nothing. There's nothing to them. But I think TargetCon2 2019 was a good event. I think they had a lot of cool stuff, a lot of variety. They had a bunch of shirt packagings. They did the Lion King set. They did a couple 2-packs, Romeo and Juliet, Wayne's World, the DC box, the Star Wars items, the Captain Marvel item, the Michael Jordan. I think all in all, it was a good box. You didn't even see the pop. You didn't see this pop? Bizarro Supergirl? Hold on. This one? That's the Batman pop from the Bombshell. But again, I think this is probably going to go up in value, in my personal opinion. One being an exclusive, two being a female-dominated wave with the only male character, and of course it's Batman. So, yeah, I think it might go up in value. If you're looking for from a sheer collectible perspective, I think it will go up. But I think it was a good event. What did you guys get for TargetCon? Let me know. Hit me up in the chat, please. What did you guys get in TargetCon? I know that I think Bizarro Supergirl said she got the Captain Marvel, I believe. Let me scroll back up through the chat here. I think she said she got Captain Marvel. Yeah, I thought so. I thought there would be two Bizarro Supergirl. Since, I mean, quite honestly, you have... That's why I said it's kind of misleading advertisement when you have this on the cover. That's what you really think. When they have the Harley on it, you would think something Harley-esque besides a flimsy trading card. I don't know why they took that art, went that direction. I can't tell you. I'm not sure why they went down that road. So, yeah, I don't know why. I don't know why. But I think it was a good idea for a convention. I think going forward, I think they're going to do more of these. I think they're going to be more Target Cons down the road. I think New York one, the first one last year, was successful. I think this one was extremely successful too. Now, one thing I mentioned at the beginning of the stream was that limited quantity. Well, my girl told me they only had one of these items. So there was only one Vader. There was only one Captain Marvel. There's only one Nippet at this location. So they're extremely short-stocked when it came to inventory. Some places got more than others. It absolutely bait and switch Bizarro Supergirl. Absolutely. I don't know why they did that. Maybe you're trying to hype up the idea of the box by putting Harley, who's a very popular character, to try to draw up interest for the box. Maybe. If you're a fan of, let's say, Harley, you go, ooh, it's Harley Quinn's on there, I'm going to buy this box. Maybe you like the Bombshells. That could be it, too. Flock, Nippet, Darth Vader, Michael Jordan, Titanic. That stuff you picked up, Jenny? Because I can tell you that this guy right here, the Nippet, was super cute. Absolutely adorable. Adorable. You might have come in the chat a little late, Jenny. I highly recommend do not unbox him. Leave Nippet in the packaging because the flock material is a magnet for dirt and dander and pet hair. If you have any animals, it will get dirty extremely fast, and these things are hard to clean. I really recommend any flocked-based pops, any scented pops, I always recommend leave those in the packaging. Even if you're at a box collector, anything along those lines, flocked and scented, leave in packaging. Glow in the dark, not really that big of a deal. It only really matters if you take it out of the box a lot. You keep all your pops in the box. I do both. I have in packaging and out of packaging. I do both for my pops. It all depends what I feel like doing that particular time for how I want to display those items. One thing you might want to try doing, I did it in I have these new shelves I use. Since the shelves are very, very long, you can give yourself more dimension and give a feeling of three-dimensionality to these pops if you set the pops back and out of packaging. What I mean by that is, let's say that you had your pops in on your shelf like this, right? Like, let's say they're sitting on your shelf this way. If you happen to move this pop backwards further, it gives it more three-dimensional feeling just by moving it away from this pop here. You can see it kind of doing it here, and same idea is like this. See how it gives it, you have this edge here, which gives the illusion of depth. So you could try doing something along those lines if you do unboxing. If you have any of your pops unboxed next to ones that are in the package. So if you have in package and out of package, if you push the ones that are out of packaging backwards a little bit on your shelf, you give this sort of feeling of dimension. You give it like a 3D feel to it with not a whole lot of work, just by the way the depth works and tricks your eyes. So a very cool illusion you can do. So that's it for tonight, guys. I want to thank everyone who came into the chat. It is 9:30. We had a 30-minute chat tonight. I want to thank everybody who came into the chat. Remember to watch all my videos. I did a full unboxing of the bombshell earlier in this stream, actually prior to me shooting the stream. You'll see this going up probably sometime this week. So keep your eye on that, and we'll be doing a next week's chat. It's going to be very, very cool. It's going to be another 30-minute chat. I have a really cool idea. We're going to also talk about the winner of Funko Pop Battle number 2 and the sneak peek for Funko Pop Battle number 3. I'll see you guys in the next video and stream. Take care, guys. I'm cutting the stream in 3, 2, 1. Night-night, guys. Take care, and bye-bye.